Hey, happy Friday! It's so good to be here among you. I don't want to take up a lot of time. I hope your Friday's going great and all that jazz. You know how I do. Wishing you the best. So, don't want to take up a lot of your time. I just wanted to get on real quick and leave this little message. So this week I have encountered quite a few of my friends, quite a few of my loved ones. They're going through some things. There's a lot going on in their world, and it's leading to, a lot of grief and depression. And I am kind of alarmed by the response that they seem to be getting from loved ones in reaction to their, sadness, their grief, and their depression. And I'm going to say something that it's not like it hasn't been said before. It's not like it won't be said again, but it bears repeating. And it's unfortunate that we still don't understand it or get it. But again, it bears repeating. Depression is a real thing. It's not a plaything. It's not something people do for attention. It is not something that, anybody even wants to feel it anyway. But it's real. And there is no shame in it. There is nothing wrong with being nothing wrong that you have to ostracize somebody or, treat them badly or dismiss them for it. If you don't understand, that's one thing. And honestly, be glad you don't understand. You don't want to understand it. You don't. But don't make light of it. Don't dismiss the person. I'm thinking of one person in particular whose people just don't get it. And they're kind of like, I don't buy it. And I get it. When you're used to someone, this person is always seeming very jovial and very strong. And there's this thing that we do where when we look at the outer shell, the outer veneer of a person, we think that that's all there is. We don't get that people are like icebergs. What you see on the surface is probably only about 10% of what's actually there, or it's a very orchestrated thing because, again, a lot of us don't know how to be our authentic selves because we're afraid of it. We're afraid of the rejection. And so we put this air on, and the first thing that people say, if you say you're depressed or a person commits suicide and you don't know, besides saying that they're weak and all that, it's, well, I don't know. They didn't seem depressed. They didn't seem sad. And it's the thing, I noticed, I watched people do that with my dad, with his health ailments. He was a very sick man for a little while, but he didn't look sick enough. So people, and I'm sure there are many of you out there who may have autoimmune and other diseases who've gone through that. Like, you don't look sick, you look fine, so you must be fine. And that's not how it works. It's not how any of this works. I remember my dad, towards the end of his life, when I think the reality that he was not going to live much longer set in, he became very depressed. And I regret that I did not support him in that. I basically was like, you're going out like a punk. What's wrong with you? Get it together, man. Okay. And what's interesting about that is I'd gone through I had like severe postpartum depression after I had my daughter. And he pulled me to the side and was like, hey, where's my daughter? Because you're not it. You don't have to suffer alone. I'm here for you. I've got help. And I regret that I wasn't able to return that favor to him because I didn't understand how he could be going through a depression because, again, the exterior of what I was used to was this tough, strong man. And it's like, no, you're strong, but you're strong. You're Superman. You're dad. I was grown, overgrown, but I still was like, no, daddy, you're Superman. Like, get it together, man. Go. And I think that is the thing that we expect for a lot of people. And I'm going to say this because I'm Black and my experiences as a Black person. Black people, we got to stop shaming folks for this. We got to stop with this. We don't have the luxury of giving in to depression and being, man, don't nobody want to hear that. Suck it up. Suck it up. Get it together. Suck it up. There's only so much sucking up you can do. If your car starts having mechanical malfunctions, you're not going to keep driving the car and say, ain't nothing wrong with this car. This car fine. It's just squeaking like that just for attention. If your gas light is blinking, You're not gonna keep going. Now you may push it. You have learned, like some of y'all have learned the art of y'all car. Y'all know how far y'all can go till it gets on E. So you may push it till the very end, but you're not gonna keep going and going without putting gas in the car. Going, this light just blinking because it want to be seen. This car don't need no gas. So why would we do that about our mental health? If there is something mentally, physiologically, emotionally going on with someone that's causing depression, why would we act like they can't get help? Why would we act like we can't support them in that? And again, if you don't understand and you don't know how, that's one thing. But don't be dismissive about it. Ask, how can I support you in this? What can I do? If they don't know, because sometimes they may not know. Sometimes people are so stuck in their own stuff, they don't know. Ask a professional. Hey, look, I've got a friend, I've got a family member who's experiencing depression. What can I do? What are some things that I can do? And I say this understanding that there's only so much that we can do to, help and support those. The journey, is not ours to bear. The cross is not ours to bear. They have to do it themselves as well, But we can't claim we love people and then when we see them in pain, dismiss them because the pain doesn't look like what we think it should look like. I mean, if you was really in pain, you would, be like this. And no, this is how it's showing up for them. And again, if you don't understand it, like I said, be glad. Be glad. You don't want to. And I'm speaking as someone who's gone through depression myself. You don't want to understand it. You don't. But please, we've got to stop with this dismissing and making light. It's not, again, it's a very real thing. And what you don't want to do, what you don't want to happen is for you to ignore your loved ones or ostracize them so much to where they get so far to the edge that they consider suicide or they go through with suicide. You don't want that. You really don't. So, yeah, again, I didn't want this to be long. I just wanted to say that. And I know, happy Friday. Nice, warm, fuzzy message for today, but I really felt like it needed to be said. So, go with love, man. So, yeah, till next time. Bye.